Sexuality here. Yeah, new location, right? I hope you like my fancy new intro that I made. Now, this video is going to be about being goth when it comes to sexuality. It's more focused on the sexuality aspect than the goth aspect because there's really not much to say. I'm very glad to say that the goth subculture is very accepting when it comes to one's sexuality. You're among goths, whether you're gay, straight, bisexual, pansexual, anywhere in between, you can rest assured that pretty much everyone will accept you just as you are. Because we're all so diverse and unique, and because we're judged on a daily basis because of the way we dress, we're more prone to being a little more open-minded when we're meeting new people. But there are times when you come across someone, goth or not, who has a problem with your particular sexuality. Telling someone something like this doesn't exactly come up very often, except for maybe when you're being hit on at a bar, when somebody you're not particularly attracted to is trying to take you home. When it does happen to appear in conversation, some people just question your sexuality itself. Okay, for example, I'll just let you all know now, for those of you who don't know, I'm asexual, meaning I don't possess any sexual attractions or desires to either sex. I do believe that I can potentially love someone romantically, but right now, at least, I'm just being content being by myself. The response I get most often when telling someone I'm asexual is, huh, what's that? Which is a perfectly valid question. I mean, not everybody knows what every sexual orientation is. I probably don't myself. For the most part, when I tell people and explain to them what asexuality is, either they understand or they don't understand, but either way, they accept it and move on, most of the time. Once in a while, though, I come across particular people who don't consider my sexuality as a real sexuality. They usually say something like, oh, there must be something wrong with your brain. You should see a doctor about that. Am I the only one who finds this incredibly offensive? And I'm not one to take offense easily either. It's just so rude. Just because my sexual orientation isn't as commonplace as, say, a lesbian, that gives you the right to question its validity. These individuals would probably never even dream of saying it to a heterosexual person or a homosexual person. I know I wouldn't. I accept everyone's sexualities as they are. But why is it okay to say it to me? They then go on to say, well, humans are biologically programmed to breed. It's in our nature. If you don't have any sexual motivations, clearly you're abnormal. See, what they're saying is, breeding to conceive a child. It's generally done between a male and a female. There's basically no other physically possible way that we know of right now for same-sex or an individual person to conceive a child without the help with another sex, whether that be sexually or non-sexually, like in vitro fertilization. Ugh. So are gay people, there's something mentally wrong with gay people because they don't want to procreate with the opposite sex? Is there something wrong with their brains? Even if you do think that, who are they hurting? Which reminds me, since when is something as personal as my sexuality okay for you to question? This is always between myself and a complete stranger, so it's even more rude for a complete stranger to question my sexuality, especially if they just met me. Let's say you're right, and there is a hormonal imbalance in my brain. Does that mean I simply must get it fixed? Maybe I'm happy with the way I was born. You never think of that? To me, it seems awfully unnatural to undergo some kind of risky hormonal therapy in order to hopefully make me normal. I actually appreciate the fact that the confusion and the drama of romantic relationships and sexual relationships isn't currently a part of my life. But it's awesome if you enjoy sex, that's you. I'm not here to force my sexuality on anybody because as a goth person, I know how it's like to be different, especially as an asexual goth person, so I'm definitely not going to question anyone's sexuality or their motivations. But if I'm happy with myself, and especially if I'm not hurting anyone, why do you care? Okay, end rant. But seriously, I've gotten this reaction 2 or 3 times maybe. It hasn't been that often, thankfully. But one of these times, that particular person considered herself a goth. She could be the gothiest goth in gothdom, I don't care. If you question my sexuality, no matter where you come from, no matter what you look like, and you insinuate that there's something wrong with me, I'll be pretty pissed off. Being part of the goth community was supposed to be accepting everyone as individuals, no matter what their background or where they came from or what sexuality they may be. We can't let minute little differences like race or gender or sexuality come between us. It's people who choose to see our difference as opposed to our similarities that ultimately are making goth more like a clique than like a welcoming place for people who are maybe different to find acceptance. Just something to think about. So that's it for this video, guys. Sorry my cheeks are so red. I'm actually not wearing any blush. I'm very flushed today. I don't know why. So yeah, again, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was thought-provoking, and I hope you agree with me because I want us to be more accepting as a subculture. So that's it. Bye.